Welcome to the live stream. Go ahead and come on up in here. Um, we about to we about to get into it. I'm about to talk about intermittent fasting. All right, intermittent fasting for vegans. I'm about to give a whole breakdown. I'm about to tell you exactly what you need to do, the background behind intermittent fasting, what intermittent fasting is, what it's not, what it is. Give you all of the details. Okay, so if you ever thought about intermittent fasting, ever wanted to know what it's about or anything like that, we about to break it down right now. Okay, so go ahead and climb on in this thing. All right, we about to discuss it. We about to discuss it. We about to discuss it. Um, I'm pretty excited about this because I never did a comprehensive breakdown on the topic as of yet. So this is going to be very, very powerful, right? Very powerful. Let's go ahead and break it down. All right. So what I'm gonna do is share my screen, make sure my sound effects are working. Okay, there we go. There we go. So let's let's jump into it. All right. So what we're talking about, right? What we're going to be talking about is intermittent fasting, right? Fasting, an ancient remedy, all right? An ancient remedy. Because here's the thing, a lot of people still don't know what intermittent fasting is all about, all the benefits and everything like that, all right? And it's very interesting to me when I talk about intermittent fasting, or I tell people that I do intermittent fasting every single day for the last 5 years. They say, is that for religious reasons? Is that for what why are you doing fasting? And I have to break it down to them each and every time. So instead of doing that, let's talk about it right here. All right. So intermittent fasting, let's dive into it. All right. So number one, what is intermittent fasting? All right. What is intermittent fasting? Okay. We're gonna jump into it. What are the misconceptions of intermittent fasting? All right. So is fasting starving yourself? Like when people think about fasting, the first thing they think about is this picture right here on the right of a kid over there in Africa, not having anything to eat. Why would you starve yourself? Why are you not eating? Right? So intermittent fasting is not starving yourself. All right. Starvation is an involuntary absence of food. It's neither deliberate or controlled. That's when people have no idea where their next meal is coming from, right? So when you have a conscious and deliberate um, way of going about it, you are at your fasting. When it's out of your control, that would be considered as literally starving yourself. So intermittent fasting is not starving yourself. All right. What is fasting? Fasting, intermittent fasting is the voluntary absence of food, right? The restriction of calories for a certain time, a certain amount of time, right? Some forms of fasting include liquid fast or dry fast, right? And as an ancient practice, fasting has been used over millennia to heal, inspire, um, and for well-being, right? Look, people have been doing intermittent fasting for eons, right? This hasn't just started. This hasn't just started within the last 5, 6, 10 years, right? It's been going on for a long time, right? Hippocrates, Hippocrates, one of the ancient philosophers, the father of medicine, all right? The father of medicine. He said to eat when you are sick is to feed your illness. Let me repeat that. He says to eat when you are sick is to feed your illness. That you're basically feeding your illness, right? This is why when you are sick, what is the last thing that you want to do? eat, right? When you have a cold or a headache, last thing you want to do is eat. When you, matter of fact, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that. When you are sick, what's the last thing that you want to do? The last thing you want to do when you're sick is eat, right? When you have a cold, when you have a fever, when someone has the flu, for people out there who didn't had COVID, right? When you have a headache, the last thing you want to do is eat. But why is that? It is a mechanism in our bodies that is protecting us. And when you are sick, your body wants to use all of the resources, all your white blood cells, to go straight to those areas so you can heal. Because when you eat food, your body has to go into the digestive process. Digestion starts in the mouth with your saliva, then it goes down into the esophagus, and there's other fluids in there, acids in there that break down food even further. Then it goes into the stomach where it breaks down even further, intestines, etc., etc. So all that causes for energy to be flooded to those areas, right? So when you eat and if you're sick and you eat, the body can't get you healed as effectively and as quickly as you would if you didn't eat. That's why the body wants you to fast. That's why you don't have an appetite when you are sick, right? It's a biological necessity that you don't eat, and it's biologically programmed into our physiology. All right, so the next time you're sick, don't eat anything. All right, nothing at all. Do not feed your face. Stay hydrated, but don't eat anything. All right. So let's jump back to it. So the Greeks, all right, the Greeks, they knew about fasting as well, right? They knew about fasting as well. The ancient Greeks believed that medical treatment could be covered by observing nature, and that fasting improved cognitive abilities, all right? Cognitive abilities. Look, even though the Greeks was praying to Zeus, they also, even though that's crazy enough, they also knew that if you fasted, you could improve cognitive abilities. So they went all the way. Wow, right? Let's keep going. Benjamin Franklin, one of the most intelligent, businessmen in America, in American history. All right, Benjamin Franklin on the $100 bill. Racks on racks on racks. Benjamin Franklin even knew the best of all medicines is resting and fasting, right? Even Ben Frank knew this, right? Look, if don't take my word for it, take Ben's word for it, all right? He was a pretty smart guy, right? I would concur. Now let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. So next, the calorie reduction era. All right, the calorie reduction era. What does this mean? What does this mean? Fat stores are essentially unregulated. All right, fat stores are unregulated, and what that really means is, and I'll give you an example. Every system in the body is regulated, from breathing to growth to height, et cetera, right? Blinking, everything is all that is regulated, all right? So why would you think that fat loss is unregulated, right? Why would we think that fat loss is unregulated? If everything else in our body is regulated on an unconscious level, why would we think fat loss is unregulated as well? All right. It really doesn't make any sense if you have to think about it, right? Fat loss is regulated as well. And it comes down to a few things in the body, like hormones and everything like that. And I'll get into a little bit of that at the end of the call as well. But you have to understand it, right? If you want to lose fat, you have to make sure the body is in alignment the way that it should be, lowering your body set point, right? Making sure everything is regulated on a symbiotic basis, right? And this is completely false. The body, fat stores are unregulated. So you have no conscious control over how much of your fat storage you burn throughout the day, right? So why would you put all your eggs in that basket, all your vegan eggs in that basket, if you will, right? You're basically setting yourself up for failure, all right? You're setting yourself up for failure. So let's keep going. The calorie reduction fix, right? So basal metabolic rate, right? The basal metabolic rate is unstable, right? It's unstable. We focus so hard on calorie intake and disregard calorie expenditure, right? Let's really break that down. We focus so much on calorie intake, but we disregard calorie expenditure, right? We focus so much on calorie intake, but we disregard calorie expenditure. Calories in is important, but calories and energy out is just as important. All right. I really want to stress that. People focus so much on calories in, so much. How many calories are you eating? Are you in a calorie deficit? Are you in a calorie surplus? Are you at maintenance? Are you eating enough calories? Are you getting enough calories? Are you hitting your calorie intake? Right? We focus so much on calories in, but we fail to realize it has something to do with calories out as well. We don't focus on calorie and energy expenditure when that should be half of the game, right? Because you can be in a calorie deficit, but if your body isn't expending those calories that you need to expend, right? The energy output, it still will be difficult for you to get to your goals, right? So we have to make a conscious effort to focus on both and not just one. All right. So let's keep it moving. Insulin. All right. Insulin. Look, insulin is the key to weight loss. Sugar, right? Sugar. And people don't talk about this. Insulin is a hormone in the body that regulates how much weight you gain and how much weight you lose, right? This is very important right here. It's very important. If I really wanted to, I could make you fat. I could really make you fat right now. You might say, hey, Justin, what are you talking about? Like, how could you make me fat? By prescribing you insulin. It won't matter that you have willpower. It won't matter what you eat. It won't matter how much you exercise. You will gain weight, right? You will gain weight. And what do I mean by this? Because this is what happens when people are diabetic, right? They take insulin, right? Doctors prescribe them insulin, and this is one of the main reasons people on insulin struggle with weight loss, right? Their weight goes up dramatically because when you take insulin, it's basically giving instructions to the body to gain weight, right? Because that's what that hormone does. It triggers to the body to gain weight, all right? So it doesn't matter how much willpower you have. It doesn't matter what you're eating on a daily basis. It don't matter how much exercise you do. If you have constant insulin spikes throughout the day, you are going to gain weight. Right? You are going to gain weight. It's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Right? And this is going to be very important for building muscle, and this is very important for vegans, right? Because a vegan diet is very high in carbs, right? Now, a lot of those carbs are non-starchy, like vegetables and things like that, but it still is very important to really keep your insulin in check, right? So high insulin secretion has been long associated with obesity. Obese people have much higher levels of insulin than normal people, right? And this has been clinically proven, right? They've done tests on people. People um, have higher insulin secretion, right? Obese people have much more insulin flowing through their bloodstreams than normal weight people, right? Because their insulin is what's keeping them at that body weight set point, right? Insulin levels, right? Insulin is 20% higher in obese subjects, and these levels are directly correlated to hip ratio, right? Directly correlated to hip ratio. So think about this, right? Think about this. 8%, and you see how low it is at the 8% mark, right? At the 10% mark, it goes up, right? And look at this, 40% overweight, right? In obese people, their insulin is much higher, right? It's much higher, right? And this is shocking, but it is very important to understand. And this is one of the reasons why fasting is going to help you out so much, whether you want to lose weight or build muscle, especially if you're on a vegan diet, right? Also, in lean subjects, insulin levels quickly return back to baseline after a meal. But in the obese, these levels remain elevated. And this is one of the main problems. I'm gonna take a little sip of my juice. Got some, if you can see that right there, got some cucumber juice right here, right? Whew. It's pretty good right here. But this right here, this like should be very shocking to you. Very shocking to people. All right. Now, even in ancient Greece, diabetes was a death sentence. Diabetes was a death sentence. Diabetes was a death sentence. Since artificial insulin had not been invented yet, right? Because without insulin, people would lose weight uncontrollably until they were deceased. They would lose weight uncontrollably until they were deceased. Think about that, because if you have diabetes, and you're not taking insulin, right? It's very hard for you. It will be very difficult for you to gain weight, because that insulin is what spikes the hormone in the body to trigger weight gain, right? And people were dropping dead like flies back then because it wasn't any artificial insulin back then, right? And this is well documented, right? In a peer-reviewed study right here, it said in 1999 diabetes controlled study, the patients were giving insulin for diabetic reasons, and each person's body fat increased 6 to 7%. Where my sound effects at? Where the heck are my sound effects? 6 to 7%. Think about that, right? Think about that. That's wild. Just from taking insulin. Their diets didn't change, exercise didn't change, nothing changed except for giving them insulin. Their body fat increased. Not muscle gain increased, body fat increased. Right? There is something called diabulimia. Right? And in diabulimia, diabulimia is the deliberate underdosing of insulin for immediate and sustainable weight loss for cosmetic reasons, right? So diabetics would, deliberately not take their insulin so they could lose weight, right? Because insulin is what keeps people overweight. Insulin is what helps people gain what forces the body to gain fat, right? So insulin, so people would stop taking their insulin deliberately to lose weight, right? And it's for cosmetic reasons, right? So people are knowing, and they can see, and if you are diabetic, you know this to be a fact, right? You know this to be a fact, right? Um, and some people just use that as a way to lose weight, without um, changing up their diet and without doing it in a healthy form or fashion. Okay. Next, the body's response to fasting. Let's jump right into it, right? Glucose and fat are the body's main energy sources, right? Glucose and fat is the body's main energy sources. All right. So when we eat something, it gets converted into glucose, which gets converted into simple sugars, which get converted into the liver with the insulin as well, right? And it gets converted into energy, and then for as much energy as we need at that moment, and the rest gets converted into fat, right? And if you're not eating, as fasting is concerned, it will use your fat stores, right? Or the rest of the sugar that's floating around in the muscles and in the bloodstream. Now, when glucose is not available, the body adjusts by using its fat, right? The benefits of intermittent fasting, right? As you can see me on the left side of your screen, and this right here was like 5 years ago. No, let me see. No, it's probably about 7. It's about 7 or 8, where I was probably, and the strange thing is, I was probably about the same size I am right now, which is very interesting. Probably about the same size I am right now, but my body fat percentage was way higher, right? And it goes into body recomposition that I talk about and that I show my clients how to do and everything like that. Body recomposition, how to not gain weight or lose weight, just take your current body weight and just lower your body fat percentage, which in terms you will be gaining more muscle, right? It's called body recomposition. And that's basically what I did right here, right? I was overweight, right? I'm borderline, probably about to get to the obese range. You can see it in my face, puffy face, puffy cheeks. Look at my eyes like I'm about to die, right? And you can't see on this picture because I cropped it out. The picture on the left side, right? I'm in like a place kind of like Hooters, but it's called Dunks. It's in Nashville, Tennessee, and I'm actually taking a picture with a beautiful young lady, right? But as you can see on my face, I look like I'm sad and upset. I just lost my best friend or something, right? It's because I didn't feel good. It's because I felt tired and fatigued and just disgusted with myself all the time, right? I was not in a happy place. Fast forward to today, on the right side, I'm stronger, more fit, more happier than I ever been in my life. And this is a 7-year period. On the left, you can tell that I look disgusted with myself, puffy face and everything, right? Probably like 30% body fat on the left side. Fast forward to today, I'm like, about 9% body fat and the healthiest I've ever been. One side eating chicken and beef all day, the other side eating kale chips. I'm just joking, going vegan, right? So let's keep it moving. Myths about fasting. Fasting will make you lose muscle. Completely false. As you can see on the last slide, I gained a whole lot of muscle, about 40 pounds of muscle, right? The brain needs glucose to function. These are the people who say you have to eat breakfast in the morning. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day. I debunked that so many times on my YouTube and on my Instagram channel. It's crazy, right? You do not need breakfast. The body knows how to use its fat stores, its energy, and it's completely proven scientifically, right? Let's keep it moving. Fasting puts you in starvation mode. It's a lie, right? It's a lie. The body doesn't go into starvation mode until about, I don't know, about a week. We can survive without food for about a week, right? Especially if you're drinking fluids. So if you fast for 16 hours, which that's what intermittent fasting is, right? The body taps into its fat stores, and it will continue to do that for for about a week, right? After that, you need to probably want to eat, right? The longest person who ever fasted was probably like 40 days though. It's in Tibet, it was a monk. He did like 40 days, like Jesus in the Bible, strangely enough, right? So you can go longer, but I wouldn't recommend that, right? I don't even recommend long period fasts over 72 hours. I only recommend intermittent fasting, right? 16-8, 16-hour fast, 8-hour eating window, right? Also, fasting will overwhelm you with hunger, right? I made a video about this 2 days ago. Go back and watch this video where I talk about intermittent fasting, right? And when you are fasting, soon as say you wake up in the morning and you haven't ate anything, and it's about an hour, 2 hours in, and you start getting hungry. This is what you need to do. I stated this in the video, but this is what you need to do. Wait 30 minutes. That's it. That's it. Wait 30 minutes, right? Wait 30 minutes. Because after those 30 minutes, the body is going to tap into its fat stores. You know what I mean? Wait 30 minutes. Just drink water throughout those 30 minutes. And after those 30 minutes, you are going to feel so incredible. You're going to feel so amazing because the body is going to tap into its fat stores and give you a flush of energy, right? Because when you feel those hunger pains, your body is telling you, go find food, stupid. Dummy. Go find food, dummy. You haven't ate anything. What are you, stupid? Like 6ix9ine, stupid. Go find food. Are you crazy? But after that, it's going to give you about 30 minutes to eat. But if you don't eat within those 30 minutes, you are going to get a flush of energy, right? Our bodies are adapted to be fasting, right? It's like, it's so natural. It should be so common sense right now, right? And that process happens every couple of hours. And you get a boost of energy that lasts you for over about 2 hours. And then guess what? Hunger pains come back again. They come back. People are afraid of hunger pains. No, your body, it's a signal. It's like an alarm going off, right? It's like your alarm going off in the morning time for you to wake up, go to work, right? It's just an alarm going off to tell your body, hey, we have depleted all of the glucose for energy that's in your body, that's going around in your body right now. Now we need more food sources. You need more energy. And if you can't get any energy, aka food, it taps into the body's fat stores and gives you a boost of energy, right? Because think about this: 100,000 years ago, when we were cavemen and we were wake up in the morning, they didn't have refrigerators back then, so you couldn't go eat some damn breakfast, right? So they had to go out and hunt, right? So think about this: the cavemen going out and they went out and hunting. They're hunting, right? Right? The cavemen going out hunting, and they get some hunger pains, and they just die because they didn't eat no food. And that'll be the end of our ancestors, and we wouldn't be here right now, right? So of course the body doesn't work that way, right? They get those hunger pains, right? After 30 minutes, they get a boost of energy. Now they can go tackle the woolly mammoth and bring back food for the children and the women, right? That's the way our body works. Our body works because we have a certain amount of fat, right? Some people, fat stores are higher than others. I'm about 9% body fat right now. Some people are 20, some people are 30. And if you get up to 30, you need to be changing your lifestyle. But it taps into those fat stores and gives you a boost of energy. So so if you're fasting or you want to start fasting, don't give into those hunger pains. Wait about 30 minutes, drink some water, drink some tea, drink some coffee, drink some 0-calorie liquids. And then you will get that boost of energy. What's going on? Let me see right here. What's up with you, brother? Hope you're a brother. Might be a girl. Let me know. Love IF. I work from home and it's so easy I grind through me exercise and work from 6 to 4. Oh yeah, okay, yeah, that's a long fast. And then I get off and reward is smash. Yeah, and the reward is smash food. Eat as much good food as I want into 8. Sleep, repeat 100. Sound like me. I wake up around 6:30 and I break my fast about 2:30. So I fast for about 8 hours, all right? So yeah, that's a perfect example, right? And when you do it like this, the body is basically healing itself all day. Cellular repair, growth hormone, look this up, growth hormone produces in the body and actually helps you build muscle. Growth hormone is the most prevalent in teenagers when you go through puberty. That's what helps kids grow, right? That's the hormone that helps kids grow into adulthood. And when you become an adult, growth hormone lowers all the way down to the most minimum standpoint. But when you fast, say when you're sleeping and when you fast, that's when growth hormone is the most prevalent. And if you're fasting throughout the day, you get that boost of growth hormone, which makes it easier for you to build muscle. And people think I'm talking crazy when I say if you fast, you can build muscle easier. I've been working out fasted for I don't know how long, and I make the best strength gains when I'm fasted. Just make sure if you're going to work out fasted, make sure that you take some BCAAs, right, to prevent muscle breakdown, right, or EAAs, right, branch chain amino acids or essential amino acids. Either one of those will work perfectly. All right. So thanks for the comment. Thanks for the comment. Also put in the chat if you have any questions moving forward. So let's get back into this, right? So myths about fasting, right? Let's get to it. Next one is it will cause overeating when you resume feeding, right? No, that's crazy because one thing that happens when you do end up breaking your fast, like whenever I break my fast, I break it with an apple. And when I eat that apple, it opens up the digestive system. And our bodies are so smart. I don't know why people try to go against their own body, right? Our bodies, our genes, our genetic code knows more than we do consciously in our brain. So your body knows when you have ate too much. And here's the truth. If you are afraid of overeating after you've fasted, the purpose of fasting is to keep your calories down. So say you want to lose weight. If you fast for 8 hours, right? If you fast for 16 hours, sleep 8 and wake up and you fast for another 8, you only have 8 hours of eating. You only have about 8-hour eating window for most people. You can only eat so much in that time. Even if you break your fast with a humongous feast and you get super full, you don't have that much time to eat more. So that's one of the benefits of fasting. It helps you keep your calorie count down. So you don't have to worry about overeating when you resume feeding, right? Next, fasting depletes the body of nutrients. No, actually, it replenished the body of its nutrients. People think, oh, if you're not fasting, you're just you're robbing all your body of all its precious nutrients. No. So when you fast, like I said, you produce growth hormone, you keep insulin down, and that allows the body to heal itself, right? It allows the body to heal itself. So you are actually getting more nutrients. And when you resume eating, those nutrients that you get can go to the right places that much more effectively. All right. Let's keep it going. Fasting deprives the body of nutrients. It's just crazy, right? People just say it's just crazy. Well, if fasting is crazy, I don't want to be right because it's making my lifestyle so much easier. Right? Now, the breakdown of muscle tissue only happens at extreme low body fat. People think that when you fast, you're breaking down muscle tissue. So this is a myth, right? Because the body will only start breaking down muscle tissue when you're about 4% body fat, right? Anything higher than that, it's going to take the body fat first, right? So you don't have to worry about it. But also, just to be on the safe side, you don't have to, but just to be on the safe side, take BCAAs, which prevents muscle breakdown. So if you're fasting, you don't have to worry about losing your muscle, right? You don't have to, I've been fasting for 5 years, and I've only gained muscle over these 5 years, right? Haven't lost any muscle. I haven't lost any muscle yet, so I don't think I will, right? So let's see what we got here. Yo, so I'm gonna try to pronounce your name. I hope I don't butcher this. Boom gang. Boom gang. What's going on? Gang gang. What if you've already lost a lot of weight and you need to get more calories? Will fasting lose you more weight or gain more calories? Well, it all depends. So if you're already at a certain weight that you want to maintain, right, and you don't want to lose any more weight, this is where making sure you're eating your maintenance level calories comes in. For example, if you're 150 pounds, you want to times your weight by 15, and you want to eat that many calories for that specific day, right? And if you eat that many calories for this specific day, right, you're not going to lose weight, even if you do intermittent fasting, right? You're not going to lose any weight as long as you're hitting your maintenance level calories, right? Now, a lot of people use intermittent fasting for weight loss, right? They use it for weight loss specifically, but it's not just for weight loss, like I was just explaining. It's really just for the body to really repair itself on a cellular level, all right? So if you want to make sure you don't lose any weight, make sure you're getting 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, right? And number two, make sure you're hitting your caloric maintenance. For example, if you're 150 pounds, times that by 15, and you want to get that amount of calories, right? Look, I'm not a math wizard, but I'll go ahead and do the math real quick for you. You know, 150 times 15, right? Hold on, boom, boom, times, boom, boom. You want to get 150 grams of protein, and you want to get those amount of calories, all right? So if you do those two things, you won't lose weight at all, right? Right now, I'm actually gaining weight, all right? I'm actually bulking up a little bit right now, and I'm still fasting every single day. I'm walking 10,000 steps a day, which should burn calories and make me lose weight. And I'm doing fasting on top of that. And I'm working out every single day, right? And I'm still gaining weight. It's because I hit my calories. I'm actually in a surplus. But if you don't want to gain weight, you just want to maintain your weight, hit your maintenance level calories. But if you want to gain weight, you want to make sure you are in a surplus, right? Hope that makes sense. And also, if you need help with making sure you're in a surplus and make sure you're getting the amount of protein that you need, I have a meal plan, alkaline meal plan in the description below. Get on my alkaline meal plan below if you need help. I also have a free vegan master guide if you need help going vegan as well. Absolutely free of charge, no strings attached. Appreciate that question. Boom, gang. Right. Also, I'm doing these live streams every week, every single week. All right. Every single week. So make sure you mark your calendars, right? Let's jump back into this game, right? And I'm coming with the peer-reviewed studies, right? It's so many carnivores that be commenting on my posts. They be mad at me, y'all. But I come with the evidence. I got more receipts than a girl that shop at Target. You feel me? So let's keep going. So fat is stored as energy, and muscle is functional tissue, right? So muscle is stored as functional tissue, right? So why would the body pull from the functional tissue first? The body pulls from the fat stores first. This is why keto is so prevalent, right? People on keto are using ketones as energy, which helps them lose fat more effectively, right? So the body knows how to use its own fat stores as energy, right? And this is how it works. The body uses carbohydrates first as energy, right? That's why when you eat, it gets converted into energy immediately, all right? Into the liver, gets converted into energy, simple sugars. Next, it uses fat. If you fast, it uses fat next. And if you are low enough percentage of body fat, right, below 5% body fat, it'll start using muscle. Now, as a caveat, I want to make sure I state this, right? I want to make sure I state this because people try to get this misconstrued. People always misconstrue this, but here's the truth. If you are working out fasted, you want to make sure you're taking some type of BCAAs. If you work out fasted, you are using your muscle, which will break down muscle tissue. The whole working out in and of itself is breaking down muscle tissue. So if you're working out, you do want to use some type of BCAAs, right? If you don't, you will lose muscle if you're fasting, right? I want to make sure I say that and make sure I state that because I don't want y'all to go down like that. All right. So right here, as you can see, one clinical trial, it says improvements in coronary heart disease risk factors, and daily fasting involves adipose tissue modulations. Adipose tissue is fat tissue, right? It's fat tissue. And also, does fasting cause muscle loss? And as you can see, it's plenty of research on this that it's to the contrary, right? Fasting doesn't cause muscle loss. You use fat cells. All right. So here's the truth. Why do most diets fail? Number one is the most crucial aspect that differentiates fasting from other diets is its intermittent nature. The reason why most diets fail is because you're doing it for a prolonged period of time. And most people don't have the willpower to stay on a paleo diet or a keto diet or some type of fat diet out there or a juice fast or a juice cleanse for the rest of their life. That's why they fail, right? Intermittent fasting is intermittent. You fast for a period of time for the day, then you feast. Fast, feast. Fast, feast. That's the whole thing about intermittent, right? It's only for a short period of time, then you resume back to your daily eating habits, all right? And most diets fail because of their consistency, their constant nature, right? The characteristics of life on earth is homeostasis. The body wants to get back to homeostasis, right? And any constant stimulus will be met with an adaptation that resists the change, right? Any constant stimulus will be met with an adaptation that resists the change. This is why I tell people all the time that cardio, if you get on the treadmill every single day, you will lose weight. But eventually your body is going to adapt to that change and you're not going to lose weight as much as you did in the beginning. That's why cardio is an ineffective way to lose weight, right? And you want to make sure you're in a calorie deficit. You want to lose fat from your diet and not from working out or cardio, because any stimulus that's met, the body will adapt to it as quick as possible as it can to get back to homeostasis. All right. Make sure you leave your comments in the chat. Any questions you have about this? Let's get back to it. I'm trying to get y'all this game right now, right? Also, persistent exposure to decreased calories result in adaptation that resists change as well, right? That's why you don't want to be in a calorie deficit for too long. You want to stay in a calorie deficit for, short periods of time, then go back to maintenance, right? If you're 300 pounds and you want to lose, 150 pounds, you don't want to be in a calorie deficit for a year, right? You're going to kill your metabolism. You want to do it for, a couple months, go back to maintenance, do it for a couple. You want to do it intermittently, right? As I take a sip of my cucumber juice, right? If you're not drinking cucumber juice, you're missing out. You are missing out. Oh my God. And my sound effects in the back too. So let's keep it going. Damn, that's good. So let's get to the fun part. I'm about to give you a practical guide to fasting. If you follow these steps, you will know how to do intermittent fasting and you will most definitely get to your results. All right. Are y'all ready? Are you ready? Are y'all ready? Look. Are y'all ready? Let's jump into it. I got the Jeopardy music. I'll just wait. All right, let's get it. So here we go. Let's go. So number one, fasting has no standard duration. You know, a fast can range from 12 hours to 3 months, just like I was mentioning, right? It's people who go out there and fast for a long period of time, right? I wouldn't recommend that, right? I would definitely recommend intermittent fasting, which is 16 hours, right? But you can fast for longer, right? Next, short fasts are done more frequently. Some prefer 16-hour fast, which means you eat all your calories in an 8-hour eating window. That's similar to what I do. Now, what can you take on fasting days? Look, all calorie containing foods and beverages are withheld during the fasting, right? So sometimes people drink coffee and they try to put some almond milk in their coffee or some sweetener in their coffee. Nope.
Are you delusional? Do you suffer from a mental illness?
Yeah, no, that's absolutely wrong, because if you put some sweetener in your coffee or some type of cream in your coffee, you trigger your insulin, right? Because you're getting calories and you instantly break your fast, right? So you don't want to do that. No calories whatsoever. So you can do water, of course, right? That's no surprise. Next, black coffee. Black coffee or tea. You can do ginger tea or dandelion tea if you don't want to do any coffee. I do dandelion tea most of the time. All right. Next, green tea, right? And like I mentioned, you can just do a caffeine-free type of tea if you want. Green tea still has caffeine, but I sometimes do caffeine because it helps the fast a little bit better, right? It gives you more energy, things like that, right? Next, vegetable broth. Vegetable broth. And this actually tricks the brain and tricks your stomach into thinking that it's getting calories. Vegetable broth is 0 calories, but you're getting all the vitamins and minerals from the veggie broth, right? So this is right here is a hack. Oh my God, this is a hack. This is a hack. People always say to me all the time, I be so hungry when I'm fasting. Do veggie broth. Do veggie broth. Cook it on the stove and do veggie broth and drink that, right? You won't be hungry after that. But remember what I told you though. Hunger pains are just a signal to the brain to tell you to eat some food. But remember, our ancestors, 100,000 years ago, if they were hunting a woolly mammoth and they got some hunger pains, how do you think they got food? Hunger pains subside after 30 minutes, and then you get a boost of energy, right? So if you can't subside those hunger pains, you can't take it any longer, like, oh my God, Justin, it's just terrible. I got to eat something. Okay, go ahead and go get some veggie broth, right? But this is like the last resort defense, right? This is the last resort defense, right? So veggie broth is a real good as well. Let me make sure ain't no chats in here real quick. Okay. Um, so next, if you get hungry when you fast, what can you do? Right? Do y'all get hungry when y'all fast? Do you get hungry when y'all fast? Right? I just got through telling you what to do, but I'm about to break it down even more. Right? Do you get hungry? Okay. If so, cinnamon. Cinnamon is like one of the best things on the planet, right? It reduces blood sugar, regulate blood sugar, right? Like one of the best things, right? If you know somebody that's diabetic or pre-diabetic, tell them to get some cinnamon. It'll revolutionize their whole life. So cinnamon is real good as it slows down gastric emptying and lowers blood sugar, right? Which accelerates weight loss. Now, what's gastric emptying, right? Gastric emptying is what I just got through talking about earlier, right? So just got through talking about this. And basically what it is, when you haven't ate any calories, let's say for 5-6 hours, your gastric your gastric lining empties itself, right? And that's what causes for the hunger pain, right? You think about when your stomach growls, your stomach isn't really growling, right? What's happening is your stomach is actually turning over, right? And the movement of the stomach turning over is the sound that you're hearing. And the stomach is always turning over, going back and forth. The stomach is always doing it all day. But if it's food in your stomach, you can't hear it. But since your stomach is empty, you hear it when it turns over, and that's what gives the growl. So it's not that when your stomach growls that you're hungry per se, because I'll be sitting with friends or my girlfriend or something, and her stomach start growling, and she's like, "I'm not even hungry." I'm like, "Yeah, it's just your stomach turning over." She's like, "What?" I say, "Don't even worry about it." Right? she always she be tuning me out when I be talking about nutrition. So that's what happens, right? So that's gastric emptying, right? So let's keep going and put in the chat if this is giving y'all some value, right? I'm laying it all on the table. The information I'm giving y'all right now is what I share with my high level clients, right? This is what I share with my high level clients. I promise you. I'm trying to get y'all the game right now, and I'm gonna start doing these lives every single week. So let's keep it moving. So we have evolved for long periods without food, right? Our bodies are accustomed to fasting, right? Our bodies are accustomed to fasting, right? We basically are in fasting machines, right? We are in fasting machines, right? And you could tell that I'm so passionate about fasting, right? Look, hunger comes in waves, just like I've been mentioning it all day, the whole time on here, right? And hunger is only a signal, right? 30 minutes, it will pass. 30 minutes, it will pass. I promise you. I can remember like 1 year in of me fasting, right? I'd be fasting, I'd be drinking some coffee, have my sparkling water, and I'd be sitting on my balcony getting some vitamin D. And I get hungry, I go sit outside, drink some sparkling water. After those 30 minutes pass, I get that flush of energy, and it just feels so amazing. Just feels so amazing. I don't know why everybody on the planet don't fast, man. I'm trying to put y'all on game, like for real. Put y'all on game. Fasting will not make you tired. Actually, when you get that boost of energy, you won't be tired anymore, right? You won't be tired anymore. Also, it boosts mental cognition. If I started eating breakfast, I wouldn't be able to get any work done throughout the day. On the fact of getting tired after I eat heavy carbs, I just fast until I'm done working, right? One person on here had left a comment. He said he fasts all day and he eat when he get home. Shout out to you. Sound like salute to you. All right. Next, 7 intermittent fasting tips. Let's jump into it. Y'all ready for these tips? I'm about to give it to y'all real fast. And I've been on here almost an hour. Look at that. So 7 tips. Let's go. Drink water. Of course, that's number one. Drink your water. All right. Drink your water. That's number one. Very, very important. All right. You want to make sure you're drinking water. Number 2, you want to stay busy. If you don't do anything else, make sure you're staying busy, because the more idle time you have, the more you're going to think about food, right? And it's not even the fact that you're hungry. You're just going to be thinking about food because it's going to be on your mind, right? You're not even going to be hungry. I promise you. And it's so amazing because, like I said, I just work. And after I get done with my work, then I eat. It's much more rewarding. And people always come to me and they say, I want to create a lifestyle change, Justin. I need help. Or I want to develop better eating habits. This is one way to develop better eating habits, because when you do intermittent fasting, you're not so focused on food all the time. You're not idolizing it, right? That's creating a healthy habit. Number 2, you're not constantly consuming, which creates a whole lot of insulin spikes. That's a healthy habit. And you're treating food as a reward, right? Opposed to something that you do all day long. Most people are just constantly eating all day. They wake up and eat breakfast. They eat a snack. They go to the vending machine. They get the M&Ms. They get the hot Cheetos, right? Leave them goddamn hot Cheetos alone, bro. The hell you doing? And even when you break your fast, right? You have much more respect for the food, right? You have much more respect for the food, and it's just way better, right? It's just way better. Now, also, we're gonna go to a real quick commercial break, as I like to call it. About to do a quick commercial break. About to give y'all a commercial, right? Quick commercial break, real quick. Let me see here. Quick commercial break, people. Y'all got to see this. People think that going vegan or eating vegan is too expensive. So I'm about to go on a vegan grocery haul for the whole week, and I'm only going to spend $25. So let's go. So number one, we're going to start with some fruit, all right? So grapes are a good source of vitamin A, vitamin B. Also, they are low cost. So first off, 177 a pound. So he's probably gonna come up to about $2. Right? Raspberries is gonna be very low in fiber, and a lot of vegans deal with bloating. So you want to do the raspberries. Also, 338. Pick up bananas, right? Bananas are a key staple when it comes to going vegan. 68 cents a pound. So next is going to be veggies, all right? Good broccoli florets. Use some good old green beans. The broccoli florets was $1 a bag. This is 89 cents a bag. Carrot. Oh, hold on. Is it working? It's not coming on. Dang, people. Is it playing? It's not playing. All right, 77 cents a bag. And look at that. Now you got some good old veggies, all right? Okay, there we go. So number one is going to be get you some good old rice. You can never go wrong with the rice. This right here is $2.84. And next is going to be one of my secret weapons, lentils. Okay, lentils super high in protein and a good carb source. Also, there we go, $1.88. So next is going to be some healthy fats. All right, you need healthy fats for healthy skin, hormone production. Mixed nuts, right? It's got peanuts, almonds, cashews, Brazil nuts, super high in magnesium, and also pecans. Okay, this is 378. Need that good, healthy protein. This is where a lot of vegans go wrong. They don't get enough protein in their diet, not because you can't, just because they don't know the right sources. Some good old tofu. What you want to do is get the super firm. That way, it's more protein, but also it actually tastes a little bit better, right? And this is $2.98. And so as you can see, all this a week's worth of vegan groceries, all for $24.50, under $25. I said my goal was 25, and I'm under 25. And you saw everything that we got. We got veggies, we got fruit, we got protein, we got carbs, and we got some healthy fats as well. So when somebody tell you going vegan is too expensive, show them this video and show them your boy. All right, fuel yourself, don't fool yourself. Just got done doing my vegan grocery haul. Now, if you're struggling with going vegan, building muscle, toning up, or meal planning in general, what I want you to do right now is click the link below and take my Fit Vegan quiz. It's going to tell you every single thing you need to know about going vegan, becoming more fit and healthier. Also, just by doing the quiz, I'm going to give you a free meal plan, absolutely free of charge. All you have to do is do the Fit Vegan quiz, and you get a complimentary coaching call consultation with me. All right. So go ahead right now, click the link below. I don't know how long it's going to be up, but you can get it right now for free. All right. And we back. Look. If TV shows can have commercials, I can have a commercial break too. Damn. Look, I want to have a commercial break too. You know what I mean? Had to go refill my my cucumber juice, right? Got a whole jug up in there. H3O2. I might do a stream on that as well, right? So let's jump back into it. We're gonna keep giving y'all this game, all right? So let me go right here. Bring back up my screen. Any questions so far, people? Got any questions? Because I'm about to get ready to wind it back on down in a second. So 2, stay busy, right? Number 3, drink coffee. We got through talking about that. Coffee, tea, anything that's 0 calories will work fine, right? But coffee is probably gonna be the best one. All right? Also, ride the waves. The hunger waves are gonna come, then the good waves are gonna come. Like I got through telling you. If you don't take anything away from this call, except for ride those waves, the ups and downs. It's like a roller coaster. And you want to definitely ride those, right? And you're gonna be able to experience all of the benefits from it. Number 2, don't tell everybody, because guess what? If you tell people that you're doing intermittent fasting or just fasting in general, guess what they're gonna say? Just guess. And be like, you stupid. What are you fasting for? What is that? What are you doing? And they're gonna convince you not to do it. They're gonna convince you not to do it because they're not gonna understand it. It's not their fault. They're not trying to be devious or facetious. They just don't understand it, right? And next, give yourself a month. Give yourself a month of doing intermittent fasting before you make any judgments, right? Give yourself about a month. Do it periodically. Do intermittent fasting intermittently. Right? Did you get that pun? Do intermittent fasting intermediately. Right? Yeah, that's not funny. Y'all didn't get it. Oh, I'm not a comedian. All right, but you get what I'm saying. And this is how you get to your goal, people. This is how you get to your goal. All right. And the biggest thing I want you to take away from this, right? The biggest thing I want you to take away from this is, as I'm winding down, is ride the waves. That's the most important piece. People think that when they do fasting and when they feel some hunger pain, it's gonna feel like that for the whole fast. Say you wake up in the morning and you start fasting, it's an hour in, and you start getting hungry. They think that hunger right there is gonna last all day, right? But it's not. You have to ride that wave, and you're gonna get some energy. And then when that energy depletes itself, you're gonna get some more hunger pains, but then those are gonna be depleted as well. So you want to just ride the waves, right? I like how I did that. Look at that. Yeah, you want to just ride that wave. Okay, just want to keep riding it. Now, put in the comments any questions, comments, concerns as we wind down. Any questions whatsoever about veganism, building muscle, protein, intermittent fasting. Any questions? I'm here for y'all. I'll leave it open for the next 5 minutes. We've been on for an hour. Also, put in the comments if y'all want me to do these every week. I'm really thinking about doing this every single week. And I'll put on my Jeopardy music so y'all can write some questions real quick. There we go. Y'all like my music? Y'all like the music? So I sometimes throw in a 48-hour fast if I need an extra boost of energy or motivation every 4 to 6 months. It seems I get that urge. Yeah. And here's another interesting thing as well. If you want to lose, look, disclaimer. Let me go ahead and put this as a disclaimer, right? Don't do this if you're a beginner, right? But I have a mentor, and I know people that just hate going on a diet, right? They just hate going on a diet or doing a caloric deficit. Caloric deficit means you're eating less calories than the body burns, so you can burn fat and lose weight, right? So I know some people and some friends that hate being in a calorie deficit, right? I don't mind it at all, right? So what they would do, instead of doing a caloric deficit, right, eating less calories than the body burns, they would just do a 48-hour fast, right? They would just do a 48-hour fast. And as you know, if you do a 48-hour fast, and what some people think when you do that, you're going to lose muscle, you're not. Just like I got through talking about a few minutes ago, if you are fasting, the body's going to tap into the fat stores first. The only time your body is going to tap into your muscle stores is if you're below 5% body fat. But if you do a prolonged fast, like a 48-hour fast, if you're doing that to lose body fat, you want to make sure you're taking things like EAAs, essential amino acids, or branch chain amino acids, BCAAs, right? You want to make sure you're taking those twice a day. I would say that. But if you're not someone who cares about their physique, right? I care about looking like a Greek god, right? You know what I mean? Or an African statue with my shirt off. All right. That's what I care about, So I'm gonna take the BCAAs if I do a 48-hour fast, But you're not gonna lose muscle. But that's what my friends do. They'll do a 48-hour fast if they want to lose about 5 pounds super, super quick, right? I have a friend that was a model, a fitness model, and he would just fast for 48 hours and lose a few pounds. Most of that will be water weight. Most of it will be water weight, but about 25% of it will be fat. All right. Yeah. I remember when I couldn't fathom not eating 3 meals a day for first 40 years of my life. I felt that way. I took that plunge and changed my life. Look, God, oh man, I feel you. The same way I feel. I've been fasting for 5 years, and it's the best thing, second best thing I ever done in my life. First best thing I've ever done in my life is going vegan, right? Second best thing I ever did was doing intermittent fasting, right? Because what happened was, so I was basically skinny fat. I talked about this all the time on my channel. I was basically skinny fat, right? Couldn't do 10 push-ups, sleeping on my sister's couch, no job, broke, unhealthy, eating fast food all day, smoking and drinking. And, I watched a video about veganism, end up going vegan, right? And after I went vegan, I stopped drinking, I stopped smoking, started getting into fitness, and I completely changed my life. And it was completely amazing, an amazing experience, right? Completely loved it. So one of the best things I ever done. Last comment, 42-year-old plant-powered intermittent faster, skateboard and walk daily. Best shape of my life. Love your channel, man. I appreciate it. The love is reciprocal. Appreciate you. Other than that, I'm about to hop up out of here. Been on for an hour and some change. If y'all need help with your fitness journey, you can click the link in the description. Have a free vegan master guide in there where it shows you every single thing you need to know about going vegan, gives you all the tips, all the strategies, all the supplements you need to take, how to actually do it, what foods you need to get from the grocery store, how to get all your essential needs that the body needs every single day, absolutely free of charge in the description. Number 2 is I have a vegan recipe book in the description. You can get a vegan recipe book right now. Also, I have a Dr. Sebi approved alkaline meal plan, link in the description if you want your own alkaline meal plan, high protein, show you how to get enough protein on the alkaline diet, right? In the description below, only $27. Look, if you don't got $27 and you want to build muscle, you might want to go get a job first, because you're gonna have to. It's gonna take a little capital, a little money, right? And last but not least, if you need more personalized help, right, you can click the link below and schedule a free vegan coaching call with me. Absolutely free. It's not a sales call. I'm not trying to sell you on it or anything like that. Absolutely free of charge. 15-minute consultation where we go over your goals, what you're struggling with, and a strategy to really help you accomplish your fitness goals, to build muscle and lose fat and become the best version of yourself. All right. Till next time, fuel yourself. Don't fool yourself. And I'm out of here. Peace out. I appreciate all y'all. One love.